They open up the season with a lot of drama. It has been chaos, anarchy in that organization. But games are finally here. Dak Prescott, about to make his seasonal debut, does not have a contract beyond this season. It does not get more stressful, chaotic than that. Remember, Cowboys, Browns, Sunday on Fox.
Tom Brady, baby.
Time.
I can't wait to watch him, man.
Right, Tom Brady's making his debut.
Hey, making his debut, bro. You get to see it from his eyes, the GOAT's eyes.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. James, speaking of what we need to see, what do you need to see, man, from the Cowboys? Whole world's watching. They're America's team. What do you need to see from the Cowboys Sunday?
I need to see Coach Mike, and not McCarthy, Mike Zimmer. I need to see this Cowboys defense. I don't know what this Cowboys defense is going to look like. You got a new defensive coordinator in Zimmer. He's bringing a whole new scheme. You lose Gilmore. My man is out 6 weeks.
Deron Bland,
who led the league in interception. He's out. You got Diggs coming off of ACL. What is this defense going to look like? I don't know. That's the biggest question mark for me right now for the Dallas Cowboys is the defense. Are they going to be an elite defense? We know you got no run game. If you don't have a really good defense, the Cowboys are going to be in a lot of trouble. You're going up against a really good offense with 3 really good wide receivers. You got Coop, you got Judy, you got Elijah Moore. You have and we ain't even talking about the tight end Njoku. You are going to have to cover. Do they have the guys to cover? What is this defense going to look like under Mike Zimmer? I'm waiting to see.
Dan Quinn, I'm so glad you brought up Coach Mike Zimmer. Because Dan Quinn was the defense coordinator last year for him. He played well, but schematically speaking, right, Acho, he's cover 3, cover 2, doesn't pressure a lot. Basic. Mike Zimmer?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. On the other hand, like, I don't have a tab, we can't break it down, but he is the king of double A gap mugs. What does that mean? When I take linebackers and put them both over the center. You hate that. I have a story. We were playing Chicago Bears 2018 versus the Minnesota Vikings. I believe he was still the coach there. And I'm telling you, in protection meetings for quarterbacks and offensive line, it would keep us up at night. And what does that do? That makes you not focus on the actual game plan. You're so worried about these crazy pressures, where they're bringing 7 to one side, where they're bringing 4 off an edge, where they're blitzing corners, they're blitzing safety. So from a quarterback mindset, every time I played Mike Zimmer, I would go back in my notebook. I'd spend time going back in my notebook from years prior just to make sure I understood how to pick up pressure. And you know what he would do on Sundays versus Mitch Trubisky and that? He wouldn't bring him. One pressure. Because he would show, and he'd go out. You got the show even jet too, all that stuff. He would show it, and he'd go out, and I'm spending so much time at the line of scrimmage, like, oh, this linebacker's coming. No, that linebacker's coming. Like, from a quarterback's perspective, Deshaun Watson better be ready for it.
And really quick, to piggyback on that, because I played against Zimmer a lot too, and he used to give Aaron a lot of trouble too, because he would show A-gap mug. When he shows A-gap mug, where are you sliding the protection? Where are you going?
Usually the nickel.
No, it's awesome. Go to the nickel. Yep.
Usually the nickel. Usually.
What's that mean?
Until they start playing with the safeties and all that.
Explain that, Shady.
So if you're just looking at a 2x2 formation, I wish I would have known this on the tablet, but if you're a 2x2 formation, so it's just double right, okay? And the nickel is usually over the slot receiver, and you have 2 linebackers in the A-gap right over the center. That's what you're talking about. I'm going a little deep here, but I like it. Okay, and the nickel's over the slot. Usually, I'm going to move Shady up to take the right A-gap, and then my center sliding to the left A-gap, all the way out to the offensive line. So not only does it put a lot of pressure on the center to make the call right, to be able to not only slide to the inside backer, but also to the nickel, but it also puts a lot of pressure on you.
No, that's okay. But I will say this, though. We played them in, I forget what year that was, and they gave us some trouble because we were sliding to the nickel, but what they were doing, they would mess with the safeties, though. So when we think we're sliding to that nickel, the left safety will go up, and then the right safety will come down, and then that slot guy will come.
Harrison Smith was the best I've ever seen do it. Harrison Smith.
Shady, what you need to see from the Cowboys?
But it's funny because we keep talking about this defense. What about the offense?
What about
they told me that a quarterback for the Cowboys going to get $60-some million. Right. They told me that last year.
They told me.
He was all pro. He was really, really good, Shady McCoy. And he could have been an MVP. That's what they told me. So
that's what we was watching.
What I want to see him. I want to see that fault. Not number 4, that number 4. I want to see if Dak Prescott can win games, right, when you don't have the best running backs in your backfield.
Come on.
I want to see the Dak Prescott win games when you don't have the best offensive skill set around you.
Come on.
Because last year we gave you 9 All-Pros, Acho, right? And they didn't do nothing. Okay, so now we want to see if it's really you. Everybody keeps talking about Dak Prescott is better than what I think. I think he's really, really good. You told me he's elite. elite quarterback is going to show this Sunday against the Browns. Really good defense. So I want to see if Dak Prescott can answer that call and be an elite player like everybody's saying he is. We're going to find out.
The Browns' defense is not only a good defense. I'm going to do these checks. Browns' defense is elite.
Okay.
First in yards allowed per game. Check.
That's pretty good.
First in total yards allowed. Check the entire season.
good.
First in passing yards allowed per game. Only 165 yards per game. Check. Dak Prescott, I'm with you. You got to show up, man. Not only, you got to show me what you are like in adversity, because that to me separates good quarterbacks from great quarterbacks. When you have adversity on the field, if you fumble in the pocket, if you throw an interception, how are you going to respond around a really young team? The only person you got to see, you know what that defensive coordinator over there, Jim Schwartz, is going to do for the Browns? They're going to double CD. Who are you going to go to? We talked about the running back room.
Yeah, well.
29 yards.
Listen,
like, you got to find a way to move the ball down the field and win this game.
I hear all that, and I'm with you. But you told me last year Dak Prescott in the regular season, obviously not the playoffs, because we know what that looks like. You said in the regular season he was great.
He was.
Yeah.
Show me. Yeah. Show me now, though.
I'm with you.
Because Brandon Cooks didn't do that much last year, right? And Gallup, he didn't really do much, right? You had CD last year.
I like the tight end, though.
I just want to see what he's going to look like.
No, I'm with you on that because $60 million.
Come on now.
Great quarterbacks. You know what they do? Make everybody around them better. No matter what your name is on the back of your jersey. No matter how many stats you got. The ball need to go there. The ball going to go there. They make it. See?
Yeah. I got a question, though. Do you think that Dak Prescott is still going to get $60 million even if they lose on Sunday?
I think he'll get anywhere, yeah.
Yes. So in my mind, Dak just go play, but at the end of the day, you're getting paid. It goes out to James' point.
Is it all about money?
Time out. Yes.
Y'all keep on to the money thing.
Yes.
They gotta stop
That's
that.
why we did it.
Bringing up this money again.
Y'all don't compete. They're not competitors over there.
When we return, you know who's the biggest competitor? Jalen Hurts. All he does is win. Again, at this desk, we've all played for the Eagles or the Packers, and the Eagles. This is what you talk about when you talk about NFL football. Chiefs defeat the Ravens by literally 2 inches. Isaiah Likely almost caught a game-tying touchdown, but no, the Chiefs say. Patrick Mahomes, they end up winning 27-20. Again, this show was made for a day like today. All athletes sitting up here. If you're going to talk about sports, why would you not talk to the athletes? James Jones, I'm talking to you, big dog. What was your biggest takeaway from the Chiefs win?
My biggest takeaway from the Chiefs win is you got to make the plays when you got to make the plays against Patty Mahomes, if that makes any sense to you. You cannot give Patrick Mahomes second chances. You have to make the play. I don't care if it's a run. I don't care if it's a block. I don't care if it's a tackle. I don't care if it's a throw. You have to make the plays when they are there if you are going to beat the Chiefs. That was my biggest takeaway, and I got some plays to show y'all right here. If you are going to beat the Chiefs, these are some of the plays you have to make. Patrick Mahomes right here is in the... Come on, man. He in the pocket. You got to make this sack. But instead, you don't make this play. Run it. You don't make this play. Patrick Mahomes gets outside the pocket on you, and it's an explosive game. We talked about explosive games yesterday. Pass plays over 20, runs over 15. That's an explosive play to Travis Kelce. You have to capitalize on this play with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, or you're not going to win. Baltimore, I don't care what week it is. And then right here, right? Again, you see Patrick Mahomes. This play got to be made, right? Y'all make a lot of money. And then right here, you are the MVP of the league. You got to make these plays when the game is on the line, especially. But when you're playing the Chiefs, you cannot miss these type plays. You give the Chiefs second chances. Obviously, this is your last chance, but this is a walk-in touchdown. Lamar Jackson, this is not a hard throw. That's an easy throw for you and Zay. If you're not going to make them plays, you have no chance of beating the Chiefs. That was my takeaway in the game.
Not to take away from your take, but why the hell did they have Chris Jones on the running back?
Yeah, you see that, a full slide away?
I'd have been so mad. Oh, Lamar, check. What was that? That was crazy.
RB did a good job, though.
Chase, biggest takeaway, man.
Andy Reid and Brett Veach know how to draft people. I tell you what, not only the left tackle Kingsley Sumatia and Xavier Worthy, like Kingsley played, like I said last night, he was balling. I sort of agree with it because you look at the performance versus that Ravens defensive line. Yes, there were some bad plays. Yes, there were some hurries. There was 1 sack, not necessarily on him. Patrick held the ball a little bit. But when you take a left tackle in your first game ever and you throw him out in a Chiefs offensive line with Patrick Mahomes, you expect him to struggle way more than he did. And then you go over to Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
I'm like, my guys, 4-2-1, 40-yard dash. The first time He touches the football. What does he do? House call, untouched. House call.
Yeah.
Okay, on this reverse right here with pancake blocks galore. And then
That's a championship team right there.
what happens on the touchdown?
That boy eating the man.
Andy Reid has Isaiah Pacheco in the slot. They motion out their running back. They get confused. Xavier Worthy, the fastest guy in the NFL. Sorry, Tyreek, you didn't run a 4.21. Is running scot-free down the sideline uncovered because of the way Andy Reid drew up the play. So not only does Andy Reid have a big say in drafting those two, right? BYU, Kingsley. Andy Reid went to BYU, but also Xavier Worthy. And how in the world, guys? Like, everyone's talking about it, and I want your take on it. How did the Chiefs